Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest topics for anyone dreaming of a banking career, the IBPS RRB Clerk cutoff. We're going to take all those numbers and trends and turn them into a clear guide so you know exactly what you're up against.
So if you're getting ready for this exam, there's probably one number that's been on your mind, right? The cutoff. It's the big gatekeeper. But here's the thing you have to remember. It's not some fixed target. It's a moving target. And figuring out how it moves is the real key.
Okay, let's just dive right in with this. Take a look at the expected scores for 2025 in just these 3 states. See that massive difference? We're talking a potential 20-point gap between West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. This shows you right away why a one-size-fits-all prep strategy just doesn't work.
So what exactly is this number that has so much power over your journey? Let's break it down and get the basics straight.
It's pretty simple, really. Think of it as the line in the sand. If your score is on or above this line, you get to move on. If it's even a little bit below, well, your journey for that year is over. It's the absolute bare minimum you need to stay in the game.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The difference between the 2 stages. The prelims cutoff, that's just a qualifying hurdle. You beat it, you're in for the mains. But the mains cutoff, that's the whole shebang. Since there's no interview for the clerk post, that score is literally the final number that decides if you get the job.
And, just to make it a little more tricky, it's not just about your total score. You actually have to clear 2 different hurdles. There's the overall cutoff for your state, and then there's a sectional cutoff for each subject. You could have an amazing overall score, but if you fail to clear the minimum in just one section, you're out.
Okay, so we know these cutoffs are all over the place, but why? Why aren't they just the same every year? Let's get into the factors that make these scores go up and down.
It pretty much boils down to these 3 things. Think of it like supply and demand. Fewer job openings or way more applicants. That means more competition and the cutoff goes up. An easier exam paper also pushes scores higher. But on the flip side, a really tough paper or more vacancies can bring that cutoff right down. Every single year, this mix creates a totally unique battlefield.
Understanding the theory is one thing, but seeing it play out is a whole different story. So let's look at some real data from past years to see how all this actually works.
Wow, this number right here just says it all, doesn't it? In 2024, the cutoff for the prelims in West Bengal was a mind-blowing 77.5 out of 80. Just let that sink in. It means candidates had basically zero room for error. It's a huge reminder that in some states, the competition is just incredibly fierce.
And this is maybe the most important thing to take away from all the past data. The score that got someone through last year might not be enough this year. Or, hey, it might be more than enough. You just have to be ready for things to change.
Take Uttar Pradesh, for example. You can literally see a steady downward trend over the last 3 years. It went from 76.5 all the way down to below 70. Now, that's not just a random dip. That's those influencing factors we've been talking about live in action. Yep, this trend is a direct reflection of those 3 big factors. A change in any one of them, maybe the exam got tougher or they opened up more jobs, that can cause the exact kind of big shifts we're seeing on this chart. Now, check this out. This is a snapshot from just 1 year, 2024. The difference is just stark. Haryana's cutoff was over 14 points higher than Tamil Nadu's. This is exactly why looking at some kind of national average is completely useless. Your competition is local. That's what you've got to remember. So here's the bottom line. Your preparation, your target score, it has to be custom built for the state you're applying for. A winning game plan for Haryana would look totally different from one for Tamil Nadu.
So we've covered the what, the why, and the trends. Now for the most important part, how do you take all this knowledge and use it to build a killer strategy?
It's really a 3-step process. First, you've got to analyze the cutoff data for your state from the last few years. Second, based on what you see, don't just aim for last year's number, target a safe score that gives you a nice cushion. And finally, on exam day, you have to be ready to adapt. If the paper feels super tough, it probably is for everyone, and that means the cutoff might drop. And always remember this. All this data analysis is here to help you prepare smarter, not to predict the future. The numbers give you a roadmap, but you're the one who still has to drive the car. Your performance on the day is what truly matters. By understanding how these cutoffs actually work, you're not just guessing anymore. You can strategize, you can set real goals, and you can walk into that exam with confidence. In the end, the cutoff is just a number. Your success, that's defined by how well you prepare.